Fala galera, estamos começando uma nova série de gameplay, jogo Alan Wake 2 e vamos lá.
Back to the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work. A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
Deixa eu só ver as opções de gráfico aqui. Essa granulação tô achando um pouco estranha. Vou tirar por enquanto.
Memorizing before we get swallowed up by the trees.
I think I hear someone. Could be our deputy.
I can go take a look.
Peraí, deixa eu só ver os gráficos aqui porque acho que tá pesando um pouquinho, né? Será que é isso mesmo? Se eu tirar... Peraí. Fazer uns testes aqui.
Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming.
Shrek.
By to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that,
When are those damn feds gonna show up, Mulligan?
Federal agents right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some, organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly. The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down a hill to the crime scene.
There's too much sky.
Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case. Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to Nate.
Pera aí, quero fazer os testes aqui com o gráfico que tá.
Sure is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
Here together at the murder site. I did not want to swap.
Hey!
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you. So, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
He's joking.
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. And we didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay. Let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders? Step 1. Examine the corpse. Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic. A another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
A inclusão de imagem principal no quadro de casos dá início a uma nova linha de investigação. Beleza, outro corpo foi encontrado no bosque perto de Bright Falls. Momento perfeito, preciso ver se tem ligação com os assassinatos que estamos aqui para investigar. Certo. Os assassinatos anteriores foram aqueles, né? Tem os assassinatos anteriores, o método de matar as vítimas e o perfil do assassinato. Aí tem esse aqui, Encounter Lake, que é o que eu tô voltando agora, né? Beleza.
Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. The killer left the heart right next to the body. Incised stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed.
Possível colocar pistas recém-descobertas na pergunta aberta. Sim. Mas como ligar? Ah, tá.
Think.
O hematoma indica que a vítima estava viva ou ser contida, condiz com os outros casos. Isso do coração do traumatismo, acho que não, né? Certo. Mas aí, se eu for pra... Sim, amigo, velho.
Doesn't make sense.
Certo, mas... Opa. Como é que eu saio daqui, jovem? Pronto. Tô preso aqui. É possível colocar pistas a ser descobertas. Olhar e volta. Onde é que eu vou colocar isso? Ah, era isso?
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
As pistas selecionaram a pergunta aberta e desbloquearam a dedução. Conforme você avançar na investigação, novas perguntas serão desbloqueadas, atualizando seus objetivos. Ok. Ok. Você pode pressionar para conferir os objetivos no control, beleza. Descubra mais sobre a vítima e sobre o assassino. Você agora pode explorar livremente o quadro de casa do Seita. Certo. Aqui. Encontra provas sobre o assassino e sobre as vítimas, né? Certo.
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers?
Peraí que eu só não gostei. Isto. Eu vou deixar por enquanto esse HDR aqui, mas...
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
Eu odeio desfoque de movimento, mas aqui parece realmente ter ficado bem melhor.
Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting.
Certo, deixa eu coletar tudo que eu puder, depois eu faço o mapa mental aqui.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times in Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here,
I bet there's more to that story.
but no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago. 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
Certo, deixa eu...
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times in Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Footprints indicating multiple killers. Quite the party. They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
Você pode usar o perfil dentro do lugar mental e saga para entrar na cabeça de suspeitos e vítimas. Isso aqui é Hannibal total, né? Aquele Will Graham.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder. Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flip the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something. This mug always cheers me up.
Deixa eu ver se eu tiro essa granulação. Porque tem horas que fica legal, tem horas que fica estranho, sei lá.
My first ever prank on Casey. A true classic.
Esses brilhinhos tá estranho, né? Deixa eu ver aqui. Eu sou chato com configuração porque... Então já melhorou mais ali a água, né? Deixa eu ver aqui, só pra chegar na qualidade que fique mais ok. Já começa a ficar meio pesado. Vamos testando, vamos testando. Eita. Os espaços de pingente. Você equipa pingentes para aprimorar as habilidades de saga. Você só pode equipar pingentes desses espaços. Pistola oficial. Certo. Pulseira feita por Logan para baixo. Tendões para prender pingentes. Lanterna. Ok. Equipamento é isso, né? Certo, beleza. Perfil a vítima. Tem que investigar alguma coisa aqui então ainda.
Casey's favorite brand. Tastes terrible. Mom may be gone, but whenever I read this, I feel like she's still here.
Saga, só pra você saber. Acho importante a Lola crescer te vendo fazer o que ama, aquilo que você é ótimo. Isso vai ensinar muito a ela. Para momentos como este, quando você questionar suas escolhas, sua competência e até mesmo sua sanidade. Quando as coisas ficarem sombrias, lembre-se de confiar e amar a si mesmo como sua família ama. Você não vai ser perfeita, mas sei que será incrível. Te amo.
Miss you, kiddo. I'll be home soon. If only the rest of the Bureau knew what a softie Casey is.
Legal isso aqui, como se fosse o mapa mental dela, né? Tipo, dos casos. Ó, daqui veio de Cauldron Lake.
From the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Certo.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Okay, well, I'll just wait here.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find. I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
Pera aí, eu vou deixar no médio mesmo. Que sexta-feira, Made me falou hoje que a família dela está de mudança. Que chato, eu ainda nem falei que gosto dela. Que adianta agora? Ela disse que os pais querem achar emprego melhor e botar ela numa escola melhor na cidade grande. Acho que faz sentido. Quem quer ficar na merda de Bright Falls? Aqui, domingo, falei pra ela. Ela disse obrigada, quero morrer. Minha Nossa Senhora. Segunda, deu escapulida ontem à noite de novo, fui até a casa grande perto do lago. Em vez de ficar só olhando daqui, como eu sempre faço, em vez de ficar à toa, como eu sempre fico. Dane-se, fiz, tá acontecendo alguma coisa esquisita lá. Vou descobrir o que é. Volto lá amanhã com equipamentos melhores. Aposto que consigo dar um jeito de entrar na construção, tirar as fotos, vai ser épico. Isso aí é o quê? Pacote de pilhas.
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
Sei que as coisas podem ficar um pouco malucas por aqui, mas se você sentir medo, lembre-se apenas de que Alan está tomando conta de nós. Fragmentos de manuscrito. Você pode usar os fragmentos para aprimorar as armas do lugar mental. Certo. Segure o botão de atirar para ativar o modo disparo automático. Isso aumenta consideravelmente a cadência de tiro. Mais balas. Ah, só tem uma descrita. Fragmento. Mais balas e outro tiro na cabeça. Beleza.
Anderson. Forest can be a dangerous place. I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more. It is kind of creepy, though. A witch with no heart. A strange echo of Al murder.
Bom, não é mistério nenhum o fato de o nome Cauldron Lake ser inspirado no formato de caldeirão. Contudo, existem muitas histórias misteriosas sobre o lago, de que ele seria uma passagem obscura para o submundo, ou de que teria sido o caldeirão de uma bruxa, né? Reza a lenda que, quando os sentimentos de um xerife local não foram correspondidos, ele acusou a mulher em questão de tê-lo enfeitiçado. Ela foi afogada, mas deixou cair uma concha de cozinha, que cresceu e virou árvore estranha chamada Witch Slade. A mulher voltou para se vingar de seus transgressores. Se não era uma brecha antes, agora era. Ela matou o xerife afogando-o no lago. Depois arrancou o coração dele e trancou dentro de uma caixa. Com o coração, ela o invocaria do lago para ele se vingar em nome dela. Pelo menos essa é a lenda.
There's a piece of paper on the ground. Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
It makes no sense.
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading the words. These words felt like a message. Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept? Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. I should profile Nightingale about this page. We found the page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
A vítima era um dos seus, o agente especial do FBI Robert Nightingale, desaparecido deste local 13 anos atrás. Agora ele aparecera de repente, mas foi assassinado em ritual brutal e secreto, no mesmo dia da chegada deles. E lá estava a página, esta página, a primeira página que tinham encontrado, não a última. Primeiro passo rumo às profundezas aterrorizantes, verdades secretas tremulando sob o limiar. Leia as palavras, estas palavras pareciam uma mensagem, era uma mensagem. Alguém sabia que eles estavam aqui, que estavam fazendo. Alguém jogava um jogo com eles, enganando-os, um convite. Como poderiam recusar a enorme ousadia desse mistério impossível apresentado a eles, mesmo que soubesse que acabariam se machucando?
He came from the lake, but his tracks make no sense. found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside. Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message. Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Whoever wrote that page made sure it read like a story. Like a scene from a thriller.
I hate all of it. The text said we'd find more. I believe it.
But what's the purpose? They're twisting events to create their own narrative. To do what? Entertain some fantasy? Projecting their desires? Are we characters or the audience? Witnesses to their design? All the above?
It's all about
You made it
control.
back. Good.
Deciding what happens to who. Don't let it drag you in.
Too late. I'm already hooked. I need the next chapter.
I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Thanks. Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they've seen much stuff this gruesome.
A lunchbox again. Who's leaving these out here?
Estamos juntos nessa, figura heróica. Tem um dia heróico.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod for a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Os animais silvestres mais raros do noroeste do Pacífico. Finalmente cheguei em Cold Lake, foi fácil pular por cima da cerca, com equipamentos adequados e habilidade que felizmente eu tenho. Próximo objetivo é a rara e arredia mariquita de coroa laranja. Um pouco tarde na estação, mas tomara que eu consiga avistar antes dela começar a viagem para o sul. Reparei um comportamento intrigante das aves comuns do entorno. Parecem assustadas e concentradas em volta do lago. Nenhum ave de rapina por perto, mas tinham sons estranhos no vento. Nada que eu reconheça ou saiba explicar, mas estou com um pouco de receio. Talvez eu tenha que achar outro lugar mais seguro. Os sons estão chegando perto. Afastando da costa, vegetação deslumbrante. Preciso voltar no outono. Tive que parar e desenhar esse bordo de ramos lindo. Só pelo jeito como a barba de Matusalém se pendura dela. É por isso que as árvores são melhores que gente. Falar em gente, vi um bêbado cambaleando pela floresta antes, agindo de um jeito estranho. Drogas, talvez? Fiquei longe. Acho que é melhor ir para outro lugar. Depois que vi aquele esquisitão, decidi mudar de lugar de novo. Subi um pouco na montanha. Achei um mirante fantástico para acampar, mas essa cebolinha do Alasca me interessa mais. Invasora, mas comestível e surpreendentemente saborosa. Comecei a ouvir lobos ou cães selvagens ou algo do tipo há uns 10 minutos, mas o som parecia errado. Raiva? Quero ir embora, mas o sol tá baixando e meu celular idiota morreu. Vou me esconder na barraca e torcer para ir embora. Tem alguma coisa muito errada aqui neste lugar. Olha aí, mais algumas pistas eu acho, né? Certo, agora vamos pra cá.
Hey, Casey. What's the forest's favorite shape?
Please, Anderson.
Eu não consigo. E o pior que tá sendo.
Just one case without the
A triangle.
I don't get it.
Yes, you do. Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner. I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town. The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Deixa eu ver aqui. Cara, o jogo é bem feito, viu? Tá. Legal.
coffee have you had today, Charlie?
Don't know, don't care. How much have you had?
Cadê? Tô onde?
Jesus, Charlie.
Oh dear. Cute.
Let me guess. The FBI. Welcome to Bright Falls. It's nice to have you here. I got you both some coffee. Oh, it's Washington's finest.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time.
Beleza, galera.
I've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people besides the known victims go missing?
Sure. But it's slowed down ever since Cauldron Lake was fenced off.
Let me guess. Missing person cases spiked around 2010. The fence was built just after.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You can go ahead, Anderson. We'll be here.
Beleza, galera, vamos ficando por aqui. Próximo episódio a gente continua. Se gostou, deixa o like, compartilha e valeu!